Hey guys, Chris from NCG here, and today on Tech Tuesdays we're going to be talking about Shaddolls. Quite surprising. Shaddolls got a pretty big boost in Shining Victories. That I believe that the deck actually can compete now. Maybe the tier 2 level, tier 1.5. I've been testing this deck quite a lot. This isn't sort of a build I'm going to show you, so more just like a pile of ideas that you can morph into a deck. So let's get started, shall we? In Shining Victories, they got a Stratos. Unfortunately, it's a bad attribute. You can make Wendigo with it, which I guess is okay in the Cosmo matchup. But Spirit of the Fall Wind is absolutely fantastic. She's an 1800 beast deck, and when she's normal summoned, you add one flip effect monster from your deck to your hand. So it searches any of the main deck Shaddolls. It searches Pot of Forbidden, which is what this deck is. It's prediction Shaddolls slash Pot of Forbidden control. This card just tutours your entire deck and gets your engine going. It's opening this, and pre-prep is the best opener in the deck. This card is so good. Next we are playing 2 Prediction Princess Taratry. It's a level 9 ritual. You special summon it with the Princess ritual. 2700, pretty big, but its effect is absolutely fantastic. During your end phases, you target one flip effect monster in your graveyard or hand and special summon it in face down defense position. So you continuously loop Pot of Taboo or Pot of Forbidden, it's called new or TCG, sorry. And its other effect is it can either Book of Taiyu or Book of Moon one monster during either player's turn once per turn. So it's also a defensive creature, and you can flip down your opponent's advances, or you can flip up your Shaddoll base, your Shaddoll Falco, Hedgehog, or your Pot of Forbidden, just to make your opponent go minus. So this card is the main reason that the deck exists. This card is absolutely fantastic. I only play 2. You can play 3 if you want, but I just or you can even play 1, sorry. The reason I play 2 is if this card gets Cosmojoed, or I don't know, F-Zero Farfa with your opponent having a lot of monsters, I don't know. But I just don't want this card getting banished and my entire strategy going downhill. That's why I play 2. 1 is perfectly reasonable, so is 3. It's just I think 2 is the best. Next we're playing triple Shaddoll Beast. The reason being is it's a level 5, so this and either Squamata or Dragon is a ritual summon for Taratry. So this card doesn't break too often, especially you're playing Allure of Darkness as well, so if you do have an excess amount of these, you can just banish it with Allure. But obviously this and Foolish Burial becomes an upstart, so this card is very good. This is the reason why it's played at 3. Next we are playing triple Squamata. This is the best Shaddoll. Becomes any Shaddoll when it's sent to the graveyard, basically. So if it can come based anything, this is probably one of the best searches of Spirit of the Fall Wind, and obviously the best send of the best one this fusion with. So it's really good. It's 1800 obviously, so that's very relevant. Continuing on, we've got 2 Shaddoll Falco. I'm playing 2 because I feel that this, the recurring ability is incredibly good, because this and Taratry, if you flip this, and then obviously you can flip it up, get back base, so it's like, it makes Taratry produce 2 monsters a turn basically, and obviously it's pretty handy when it's sent off a fusion or off the ritual, but obviously sending this off the ritual is kind of borderline impossible to do. Falco Hedgehog on a level 4 I guess, but that's obviously a bit too conditional, but that's why I play 2 Falco. And lastly for the Shaddolls, I've got 1 Hedgehog. I only play 1 because you already search with Spirit of the Fall Wind. You can ditch it with Squamata, the once, and its levels don't really add up too well to make Taratry. So that's why it's at 1, and lastly 1 Shaddoll Dragon. This is perfectly reasonable to play at 2, because it's pretty big, its flip effect's decent, and its graveyard effect is very good. It's an MST. So yeah, 10 Shadolls, that's the reasoning why I play the ratios, but you can interchange them and swap them any way you see fit. That's just the way I'm testing it with it. Lastly, the proxy is Pot of Forbidden. What this card does is a level 9 flip effect monster, 3000 defense, 2400-ish, I think, attack. The attack's not what you care about. Its effect's level 9, so you can do your stuff with Tower Try and overlay them together to make that Sky Fortress card, the sort of rank 9 Trish. But Pot of Forbidden has 4 effects, which you can activate once per turn. It does Forceful Sentry, which is the main one. The main play you do on your opponent's turn is, or when you go first, is to make Tower Try, set, taboo, your opponent's standby phase, flip up, taboo, shuffle away a card in your opponent's hand by looking at it, and it obviously puts it behind, and you've got hand knowledge now, which is very good. It does Regaki, it does Pot of Greed, or it does Jantrine. So this, I guess, is why I call it Pot of Forbidden Control, because you can just keep flipping this up, Regaki your opponent, or Forceful Centering your opponent. It's obviously very good. But obviously this is Morphing Jar, but you play Pot of Forbidden, it's got so much synergy in the deck. It's an Earth, so you can send it off Shaddoll Fusion. Just getting the graveyard is very key. Lastly, for the monsters we're playing, 1 Gigabyte because of the water, and obviously it synergizes well with the level 4 Shaddolls, and 3 Max C, because even if it's dead or you go first, you can still send it off Shaddoll Fusion or else Shaddoll Fusion to make Shaganaga. So yeah, and obviously Max C is incredible this format. So that's the creatures, there's 20 something or other, I haven't counted. For the spells, for the real consistency spell, we've got 3 pre-prep. You add 1 ritual spell card from your deck to your hand, and then you add the Tower Try from your graveyard to your hand or deck. So for that reasoning, I'm only playing 2 ritual, because yeah, you could end up getting dead pre-preps, but you don't really want to open multiples, so I'm playing 2. I think that's the best number to play, and you can banish this card to search Tower Try if you really want to, but you know, you kind of want it around in your graveyard, or you kind of want it around. So yeah, you can play other the Prediction Princesses if you want, like this one. This can search Falco or any other Prediction Princess. When it's flipped up, it sets them, but I don't really like it that much, but it is an option. So that's why I play 2, because I just think it's the most consistent number. For more consistency cards, you've got 2 Allure of Darkness, banishing your Shaddolls to draw 2. Shaddolls don't play that pivotal a role in this deck. They take second seat to the Pot of Forbidden and Prediction Princess sort of combo, but you just want to draw ASAP to get your setup. You don't really care about the late game punishment of banishing one of your Shaddolls. That's fine, that's a perfectly acceptable loss. And lastly, 1 Foolish Burial for the consistency cards, because this in base is obviously a Upstart Goblin, or Hedgehog makes it into a Rhoda, or etc, etc. You know what Foolish does for Shaddolls. Now for the power cards, you've got 3 Shaddoll Fusion. This is still pretty live against the likes of Cosmo. This deck can break Cosmo's first turn boards very well, because there's a lot of cards that Tower Dragon Affinity really has to negate, but it can't negate them all. So you give your opponent an option of what they want to negate. So Shaddoll Fusion, it's still live, and obviously Exceed Monarchs are probably the best variant right now. So this is live against most of your matchups, and obviously PK Fire, it's super live. 1 El Shaddoll Fusion, this is perfectly cuttable, to be honest, because Construct isn't around anymore, so the battle phase shenanigans aren't as good, but still making Shaganag in your opponent's battle phase is kind of nice. It gives the deck sort of defense. Quick play spells are pivotal in this deck. The other real power card in this deck / defense is the books. This is the ratio I'm testing at the minute. 2 Eclipse, 1 Book of Moon. Book of Moon is incredibly subpar this format, and has been for quite some time. but I'm just testing it. But I would probably play 3 Book of Eclipse. This card is so versatile in this deck. Um, like I said, the best opener I think you could possibly have this deck is Spirit of the Fall, Wind, Pre-Prep, and this. Because makes your opponent not be able to do anything that turn because you flip all their monsters face down. Pot of Forbidden gets flipped face back down again, then during obviously the end phase he gets flipped up and he triggers. So it's obviously fantastic. Book of Eclipse is really good in this deck because it flips all the effect the monsters face down. Very, very good card. It doesn't even matter if your opponent draws cards in the end phase, and obviously this is very good against PK Fire and VA. Soul Charge, because you can bring back Tower Try when she's been properly summoned, but obviously you can amass mass amount of boards in this deck because there's a lot of Sending the Grave. You can bring back the Pot and set her face down again with one of the books, or Tower Try herself. So Soul Charge is incredibly broken in this deck. One Regeki, just like I said, one of the more of the cards the Cyber Dragon has to negate, or board wipes in general are just very good this format. One Instant Fusion, this is obviously perfectly cuttable, can be anything you want, but I just like having a Squamata in the grave, or a Spear of the Fallwind, or a Shaddoll Dragon in the grave, and having like Dweller, because Dweller's very, very good this format. And lastly, for the main deck, we've got 2 traps. This could be any ratio you want. This is just the ratio I'm testing. Burst Rebirth, pay 2,000 life points, target one monster in your graveyard, set it face down. So you can obviously know the shenanigans you can do in the deck with that. Or Call a Haunted, same reason, Soul Charge, Tower Try when she's being properly summoned. You can special summon her. So this is just during the end phase is very good. Because you get the set, you get to special summon her and then set a monster. So that's obviously very, very good. That's it for the main deck. I haven't really built an extra deck right now, but I'm just going to discuss the sort of options you have. You have the rank 9 guy, who's very good, not Dyson Sphere, the Sky Fortress. Like I said, getting the combo off to make Tower Try and Taboo to force a Sentry opponent's hand, then you can overlay it in your turn into the Sky Fortress card to banish another card in your opponent's hand, or do whatever. Obviously you can play Wendigo, Anoyatoyalius, the Water Fusion, I can never get her name right. It's just anything but Construct you can play, to be honest. The Water Fusion is actually really good because it is level 9, so you can add further to your rank 9s. And then obviously level 4s you play. You can play some Synchros, like the level 7s. But obviously you know what extra deck cards should always play. That's just the ones I wanted to give a special mention to. Wendigo is actually pretty decent because of its level. If you play Glow Up Bulb in here, you can make some level 8 Synchros. So yeah, that's it for this segment of Tech Tuesday. This is a deck that I've been testing pretty thoroughly on Death Row. Its hands are great, it's pretty consistent, it has a very, very good PK Fire matchup, decent Monarch matchup, and a pretty good Monarch, or a pretty good Cosmo matchup. But obviously the deck itself basis isn't as strong as those decks, so you have to you can't break basically, or you've lost. So yeah, that's the deck. Hope you enjoy. It's just something new, something fresh you've maybe never seen before. So please check out our page, check out our YouTube, check out our sponsors, Ultimate Guard and Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Market. This was Chris Campbell doing Tech Tuesdays, NCG, signing out.